the Royals Rundown, powered by Royals Report.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Royals Rundown podcast, powered by Royals Report here on the Nordcast Network. I am your host here, Evan Dickinson, otherwise known as Royals Report, as I lift up my notebook for my unprepared self. Here to talk to you guys about the Royals, Phantoms, and other minor league hockey in Eastern Pennsylvania. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today, so let's just hop right in here. We're going to start off with the game on Wednesday against the Wheeling Nailers. It was a wild Wednesday at that, and the Royals finally get a win on a Wednesday. I don't think they've won a game on a Wednesday this year yet. So they come into this game, it's Pavlenko, which was the goalie of the week, versus Petrozelli, and it starts off with Connor Lockhart getting a goal in that first period from Day St. Phal and Logan Pitella, and I really felt like in that first period, the Royals were letting the Nailers get a lot of room in their own zone and really kind of letting Wheeling kind of get a lot of control over the Royals in that period. But they locked it down in the second period. They played some really good defense, and they were rewarded for it. Kyle Haskins from Jeremy Michel and Carter Berger made it a 1-1 game. They scored that goal 2 minutes in, and then Connor McMenamin from Carson Golder and Berger once again on the power play made it a 2-1 lead for the Royals there in that second period. I thought the Royals played really well in that middle frame. They had a lot of good offensive chances. They were the better team by far. And then in that third period, Nick Capone, assisted by Carson Golder and Nolan Burke, Capone's third career goal in back-to-back games, made it a 3-1 lead. Now, the Nailers did answer back. Pitella from Graham and St. Phal made it a 3-2 game, but it stayed 3-2. Your final score was 3-2 Royals in the win. The Royals played well. And again, it was a good bounce back from the previous Wednesday game where they were shut out 4-0. Obviously, they were in the goal-scoring drought, of course, and things weren't looking that great. But regardless of that, it was a well-played game by the Royals in this game, and they won it 3-2. Petrozelli, 16 saves on 18 shots. Pavlenko, 24 saves on 27 shots. Overall, a good game here by the Royals, and I really have no complaints. But you look ahead to the upcoming weekend here against the Norfolk Admirals. And this is a new team that we have not seen yet this season. And it comes after the Admirals got swept by the Florida Everblades, losing all three of those games in pretty lopsided fashion. Now, again, the Admirals are not a very good team. I'm not surprising anybody by saying that. The Admirals in the North Division, they rank dead last, 5-13-2. In the conference, they're dead last. In the league, they are also dead last. They have not been a good team this season. So the Royals get a 3-game weekend here and an opportunity to get some more wins. And again, the Royals, after losing a couple of those games to the Nailers and the Railers and the Lions, they're looking to get back in the win column here and start getting some more wins. And they have a 2-game winning streak. And now they find themselves 12th in the league. They're starting to improve. And I think you got to be happy with that for sure. And you're seeing improvement here from the Royals here in that remark. But going back to the Admirals, again, you play them in a 3-game series, one of them in Norfolk, 2 of them in Reading. You look at Norfolk's best players. And again, this team has struggled. So it's not a surprise they have some guys who are not doing that great. Their best player overall in terms of points is Jaden Duro, who has 17 points in 20 games played. Again, Carson Golder also playing his former team here too. You also have guys like Brady Florent, Justin Young there too. But overall, this Admirals team, I'm not surprising anybody by saying this, they're not a good team. And again, the struggles have continued here throughout the season. They've lost 7 games in a row. I hope they don't make it. I hope they don't beat the Royals. And that streak, it'll be ironic. But regardless of that, we'll see what happens here this weekend. They've had 5 goaltenders play games for them this year. Alex Worthington has been their top guy 12 games played, 1 win, and 876. And the funny thing is, too, is that, Thomas Milich, who we've seen previously, is up with Manitoba now. He's no longer down here, and he was a big part of why they were so good last year. And as a result of that, things do collide with each other, and there you go. He's no longer there. He's been playing NHL games, too, this year. Good for him. But regardless of that, you're playing a team that is the worst team in the ECHL. You need to come out with at least 2 of 3. At least 2 of 3. If you come out with anything less than that, it's a failure. It's a bona fide failure. I don't know how else to say it. You need these points in a very competitive North Division. And again, you are tied with the Mariners. You can get a real advantage here because the Mariners, they're a good team, but you can get ahead of them here with those points and win all these games. It's a huge advantage here, possibly, for the Royals playing the worst team in the ECHL. So hope for the best here this coming weekend, and we'll see what happens here, obviously, regarding this weekend. We have some trades to talk about here with the Royals before we wrap up this episode. Robbie Stucker has been traded to the Utah Grizzlies in exchange for Ty Voigt. So Stucker obviously going to Utah, and I feel like a big part in this is that we have too many defensemen. Too many defenders here are playing on the Royals. You have Willits, you have Meehan, you have Hadfield, you have Berger, and that's not even including some of the other guys too. Like you have Sevigny, who's been playing up here as well, and then you have guys like Page and Chouinard, and just so many guys on their back end. Too many at that. And again, I get it's the ECHL, and you have guys who don't play a ton, but yeah, there was too much guys in that back end. They had to trade Stucker, and that's the result of that. So getting rid of Stucker, it stinks. He was a good guy, a fan favorite, but he's off to Utah, where he will probably be a fan favorite there as well. And the Royals get Ty Voigt. Voigt was a Maple Leafs draft pick, put up 2 goals in 9 games played with the Utah Grizzlies before coming over here. And again, with Voigt, he played with Nolan Burke in juniors, and Peters really highlighted that here this season and said that he's a big player and could be a valuable asset to this team if he does work out well with this roster. So we'll see what happens there, obviously, with him. But yeah, that's the 1-for-1 trade that happened this past week. And then as well as that, too, Patrick Moynihan was traded to the Allen Americans in exchange for what I assume is future considerations. He had 4 points in 11 games played with the Royals before being traded away. It's unfortunate, but again, I feel like that's part of why they traded away Voigt, or they got Voigt, or they traded away Moynihan because they got Voigt. I think that plays a part in it, obviously. So there's that trade as well. It stinks, but again, hockey's a business. We will see what the future considerations for that will be soon. But regardless, right now, that's where it stands. And then the last piece I wanted to talk about here. Davis Bunz has been suspended by the Royals. I'm assuming he did not show up to the team. He was not there on Wednesday. He was traded to the Royals on Monday. And Voigt was there before him, and Voigt was traded on Tuesday. So I don't know, but I am assuming it is a no-show reason. I am assuming that's what it is, but I'm not 100% sure. I will leave it at that. And that being said, that concludes this episode of the Royals Rundown. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video down below and subscribe if you're new. But regardless, that is it for me. I will see you guys at the rink and in the next video. Let's go Royals.